Breakdowns and crashes make for good video. Well, I can't really say it's morning, it's the afternoon, it's the evening. So, hello guys, Rye Guy here. Tonight, actually, we're out in New Germany area, and we're doing the annual Guys Run. It's Friday night, October, whatever it is, I can't remember, I have got to look at my calendar. Anyway, yeah. It is Friday night. I just showed up and those guys were getting ready to go for a run, so I figured, oh crap, I'm a little bit late, and I quickly whipped the bike off the trailer, got my helmet and boots, and here we are. And it was a pretty chilly night, and as you can see by the lower left-hand side, maybe if it'll come up again, those string of red lights means I had my heater grips going, and man, oh man, what a difference. So obviously with the new Grizzly, this is the first time I've ever ridden it at night, but I'm very impressed, very impressed with the stock headlights that are on this thing, except for one little flaw, and you'll see it a little later on in the video, but you'll see I got the high beam on, which is that center headlight pod, and there it is right there. I kind of pressed down on the plastic and get a little bit of light leak through there. There's really not too much you can do, because it's not sealed along the top, but whatever. It wasn't shining back into my face. It just looked odd as soon as I turned it on and have that kind of staring in your face a little bit, but got used to it. But these are the stock headlights. The stock headlights are LEDs, and really, really impressed with just the light output that I'm getting from it. I wasn't sure if it was going to be enough, but honestly, I think it is, really. Of course, like anything, you can put a big long or big light bar or a bunch of floodlights or spotlights like I had on the other one, and I might end up doing that later on, but yeah, I'm satisfied with the stock output right now. And it'll even get better in the wintertime because everything will be white and it'll be reflective. I always enjoy running at nighttime. I find I'm like super focused at night, and yeah, unfortunately it was just starting to rain when we left, and then it stopped raining. You see me wipe the camera off there with my glove, but we weren't sure if it was going to rain the whole night. That did off and on, but this time of year you never know how to dress, but you just overdress, and I was wearing my rain suit the whole time too. Fell into a hole. I can't remember how many guys we had this year. It seems to have grown every year. We've been doing this for how long now? Maybe 10 years? No, I don't know. It can't be 10 years. 8 years maybe? Yeah, that sounds more reasonable. It's just an annual get-together of a bunch of guys who, like to get out and run. And there's the odd wobbly pop here or two. Kind of see the advantage of having that pod headlight just around that corner with the stock headlights that are in the front of the bike pointing forward, and then you can kind of see exactly what's up and around the corner before your front end of the bike actually gets there, so you can kind of avoid obstacles. But yeah. I thought this was pretty cool. I turned around and seen a bunch of headlights rolling their way through the forest. And the bike's still in a break-in period too. Usually, I actually did have it serviced before this run. I took it down to Yamaha Liberty CC in Dartmouth, 1 Ralston Avenue, to get its first service done, which they changed basically all the fluids except for the coolant. Front diff, rear diff, of course the engine oil. They cleaned the air filter, and because I did have that little bit of an overheat issue at the beginning, I asked them to do a coolant test on it too, so they did, and everything was fine. So they double checked all the connections and things like that. So that's where it's really handy to take your bike to the dealer that you bought it from for the first service, because they not only did all that work, they also basically checked all the chassis torque specifications for all the nuts and bolts for like the A-arms and all that kind of stuff. So motor mounts too. Motor mounts are pretty important. A lot of people don't think about it, but I ended up retorquing the motor mounts on my Grizzly 660, I think, at least once a year. At least once a year. There's a lot of vibration there you just don't think about. So here we're stopping for a little break, and I'd say it's about the halfway point at this point. But yeah, here's where things kind of went to crap. So all of a sudden I look behind me, and there's nobody there, just black. So I had to turn around, and I drove for a good distance before I actually came across another set of headlights.
I just stopped because I didn't see any lights, and then
and where we had to brake, guess what? A bike didn't start.
Breakdown in the woods. It's a Rye Guy day. Always. Breakdowns and crashes make for good video.
Yeah, so what we found out happened was this was a loaner bike from
Red to black and black to red.
from a Shore Cycle, and it must have been sitting in the lot or something, or the battery was just weak. But it's a fuel injected bike, and if you don't got 12 volts going to those fuel injectors, well, guess what? You're not going to get fuel. So he left the lights on so we could actually see when we had brake, and that was the mistake, I guess. But anyway, learned our lesson on that one. Put 12 volts to her, and she fired right up. Especially when the bike is new and still under warranty, you gotta make sure all those gears and mechanisms work on the bike too, so. It's hard to portray this on camera, but it's actually a steep little hill that we're coming up now. This is Trail 35. It leads up to the top of a Christmas tree lot. At this point, it actually started to rain a little bit again, but like I said, it was raining on and off all night, and kind of all day the next day, which you will see here shortly, but you can only do one video at a time. I'm like on day 3 of building this video just because it takes so long. Take a little bit longer to do the voiceover as well too, so I know I can go back to screaming into the mic, but for me, screaming into the mic all day when I ride, it gets a little uncomfortable in the vocal cords. My throat's literally sore at the end of the day, and I just don't want to do that anymore, to be honest with you. Plus, I think you can hear me a little bit more clearer. I'm speaking into, well, somewhat of a proper microphone. It's just an old Blue Yeti that I have, but I do have proper microphones around, but they're in the office and I just don't want to go and set everything up. Blue Yeti's just a little USB microphone you can plug in and press play. Beginning of this run, I had the little display screen flipped right over to the coolant temperature to make sure that the fan was going to kick on when it should have. Anyway, this is actually the end of the night run here. You will see another video coming up shortly. I just got to start in on that as soon as I render this one. So anyway, we will see you guys again. I appreciate your likes, comments, and views. And thanks for joining me on this night run. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.